When I took that decision and that step to be a single mother, I didn't. At that point, you always feel that the whole world is crashing on your head, and how are you going to manage? I think that's a very normal human reaction. Trust me, even to date, you will hear say, "Chill, you're a woman, you can't do it." You still get to hear that. They may bite their tongue for saying it, but that's always a thought that is there. I think over the years, I really have changed quite a bit. I have to say television has helped me evolve a lot. For every one grey hair, I feel I gain that much more wisdom, I gain that much more stability in life, that much more happiness, that much more love. The kind of confidence or the kind of carefree attitude or the care a damn attitude that you had when you were younger, you don't have it when you are in your 40s. You are far more cautious.
She is not just a woman with experience, but a woman with wisdom, strength, and the most important part, a lovely heart. Joining me in a conversation on Woman Up Season 3 is none other than Malaika Arora. Hi.
Hi Anna, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Very well, thank you. It's always fun to be doing something with Big Villa.
When you started off in your 20s, you got the tag of being sexy, and it's been 20 years now and you still have that tag. You have maintained this for so long and somewhere broken the myth that women have a short life in the industry. What do you have to say about that?
My God, I've really held on to that tag. I'm not letting go anytime soon. It's like when you bestow somebody a title or a crown or something, you hang on to it forever. Yeah. So I guess I've just hung on to this tag. No, I guess I've always said it. I've said it back then. I say it now. I'll say it. I don't know. It sounds repetitive, but I've always said that I'd rather be known as sexy and spicy and all of that than being known as peaky and thandi. Whatever. I like that. And I've always been known like that. I'm a very feisty person by nature. So honestly, it's not a conscious thing to because I've been termed as oh, she's hot, oh, she's sexy, that I have to live up to that standard. I do not believe in that. I just feel it's part and parcel of the person that I am. There are days where I can be just the opposite of being supposedly sexy. 30 days in a month, you don't particularly feel amazing. In fact, I say 15 days of the month I'm at my peak, and the other 15 days of the month I'm struggling, because all women are going through some hormonal whatever. So those 15 days I'm really struggling, and 15 otherwise I'm good to go.
What do you feel on those other 15 days when you're not feeling the best?
I feel bloated. I feel low sometimes. I feel like I'm not at my optimum, and I'm the kind of person that needs to be doing things all the time. I cannot sit still. I'm a very, very active. In fact, I'm an overactive person. In fact, everybody has to tell me, it's okay, calm down, chill. It's all right. Take a breather.
And I want to go back in time a little. Back in 90s, when you just started off, your second song came, Gurna Ishq Mein Tha, and someone asked you whether how does it feel performing in a song, because you were also modeling, and you were like, I even perform when I'm modeling. How did you have that confidence at that time to give an answer like that?
But that's a fact, and I think that's very insulting. I think that's very it's like typecasting women. Just because you're pretty, that doesn't mean you do not have a brain or you cannot be a thinking person. I think all those stereotypes have changed over a period of time. Gone are the days where we are considered as second-class citizens, as not the male around. So yes, I think all those notions have kind of changed over the years. Women are striving better than ever. So yeah, I guess maybe I must have said it back then, probably because that's how I felt, and I feel the same way today.
Do you vaguely remember how women were treated back in the industry? Did you see a lot of disparity happening around you?
Well, there's still a lot of disparity. Of course, a lot of it has changed. You can visibly see that change. Yes, back then, I mean, basic things like women were always given second billing, pay parity. There was always, and we live in a hero-dominated, industry. All of that. But I've also said, I've also have to give due credit to the fact that all the work that I've done in the business, in the film industry, which has given me so much of love and respect. I've worked with amazing women as well, and they've really, made sure that we stand out. We've given that platform. I've also had the privilege to work with heroes and with male counterparts who have really, who have really given me a lot of push. Never made me feel, different or whatever.
But you said that it still sort of exists. In what way does the disparity still exist? What do you witness?
Trust me, even to date you will hear say, chill, you're a woman, you can't do it. You still get to hear that.
Yeah.
They may bite their tongue for saying it, but that's always a thought that is there, So yeah, I mean, those things are still there. Baby steps are still, being taken in the right direction. It may take, a few years from now, but I think I firmly am of the firm belief that it'll all happen in good time, and I think we should just keep the faith.
No, I agree, and we're taking baby steps. I think it'll get eventually.
Of course.
We'll
I mean, look
there.
at it. I mean, today you are sitting, over here doing an interview. You're holding court. You're being probably earlier you wouldn't take a woman so seriously conducting an interview of sorts. So yes, things are changing.
For sure. And back then you've done some iconic songs. Did you have an issue with the term item number, or how it was,
At that point, it didn't really have too much of an impact on me. I just did it because I felt like, what great. I'm getting a chance to do something that I love. I'm getting paid for it. I'm getting love for it. I'm getting respect for it. So why not? Eventually, yes, people did take offense to the fact, and then eventually I was like, okay, fine. The term item just seemed a little, derogatory. It just seemed like, or maybe the way it was being perceived or the way it was being used, the connotation just seemed a little derogatory. But then eventually I think that also changed. So many people being so vocal about the fact that, you cannot, have such vulgar, double meaning, derogatory kind of lyrics. So even that has changed quite a bit. I mean, how much of it do you hear, barring a few things here and there? But even that, people are far more conscious of. So yes, I think back then I didn't think too much of it.
I was even talking to Mandira Pedi, and she had like this. She was very anxious when she entered her 30s, and she's like, maybe I won't get work now. Maybe I won't get work now. That time there was a lot of pressure on women to be relevant. Now the definition of relevancy has changed. How do you think has changed? How would you define relevancy now?
I feel we all have that, irrespective. I mean, at whatever age. Of course, the older you get, the more your insecurities, come to the forefront. They're far more in any which way. Whether, I mean, every damn thing, the way you look, whether work, whether you'll be able to, match up to a younger counterpart, whether, so I am no different. So I felt my insecurities when I was 18, when I was in my 20s, when I was in my 30s, and now my 40s. So that doesn't go. How much of it I let it affect me is what is more important. I don't let those insecurities get to me. I feel that I need to have a plan for everything, for every, to move forward in life. I need to be able to look forward to something. I need to keep changing. I need to keep reinventing. I need to keep going back to see, okay, this is what I can do or can't do. So in terms of insecurities, like I said, I had it at 18. I have it today in my 40s. So that doesn't change.
But do you get confident with time? As time goes, you get more secure and you care less, maybe?
Actually, this is a very debatable question. There are a lot of people, I mean, when I speak, they say the kind of confidence or the kind of carefree attitude or the, care a damn attitude that you had when you were younger, you don't have it when you were in your 40s. You are far more, you're far more cautious, you're far more, you think things through. But that also comes with age, that comes with a certain amount of responsibility, a certain amount of having experience in life. You're not so brash or rash like the way you were in your 20s. In my case, I mean, I would say you try not to repeat the same mistakes that you've done. You kind of move forward. So yeah, with age, you just become maybe wiser. That's
Yeah.
that's it. I mean, not that you are. I don't think I don't necessarily say, oh, after a certain age you are, all wise and all intel. I don't think so. But yes, I would like to believe with every year I am
Yeah.
more patient and maybe a little bit wiser.
And with the pap culture being so much now in today's time, it's like even if you're going down, it's a runway for celebrities. Do you feel there's too much pressure to keep up with for your gym looks, for your hair or makeup or whatever?
No, yeah, I don't look at it that way. I look at it, they're doing their job. I mean, I am not here to please anybody.
Yeah.
If I have to go looking the way I want to, I want to go out. I'm not there to please anyone.
Yeah.
But yes, I feel some of it is a little over the top. People are using this, this whole culture like, I don't know what's going on. People have gone crazy, doing crazy stuff. So, but again, each to their own. I'm nobody to sit down here in judgment about what somebody should do or shouldn't do. I think there's got to be a little bit of some sort of restraint, some sort of somewhere you draw the line. And I keep saying, at the end of the day, you say pap culture. They're doing their job. I mean, for them, it is their livelihood. So you can't fault them for it.
You have a shield over you, you're very guarded, you don't let loose very easily. But does this come from a fact that there was a time you were wearing your heart on your sleeve?
No, that's just me. That's just my personality.
Always?
That's always been me. I've been I've been a complete, I'm an introvert. I've always never liked to share too much.
Yeah.
I would be the type, to speak when spoken to. I would not necessarily want to indulge beyond the hello highs and the pleasantries, keep things to the bare minimum. And in terms of my feelings and the person that I am, that is even more guarded. I think over the years, I really have changed quite a bit. I have to say television has helped me evolve a lot personally, because I feel being on television, you have to let your guard down.
Why would you say that?
Because when you're connecting with an audience, you're sitting and you're judging a show or a reality show. You cannot be false. You can't. And I'm not saying I'm being pretentious. I'm just saying that I'm very guarded as a person. You have to let that down when you're relating to somebody out there. There are people sitting at home and watching you. You're constantly talking to contestants, to participants, to aspirants. From kids from all over the country who are coming and using that stage as a platform to achieve their dreams and to make the most of that opportunity. I need to be far more acceptable and relatable to that, which means I need to drop that guard of mine. So somewhere I feel television has really helped me thaw quite a bit on that front over there. Having said that, I'm still very my personal life is my personal life, my personal space is my personal space, and what I put out there as much as I think is necessary, and that needs to be shared, or that needs to be said, because that's what I'm comfortable with. But I would give television a lot of credit.
That's new. I didn't know this.
For this change over the years of the person that I am.
How do you face your insecurities now?
I may work out, I may be a certain way, I may be fit, etc., because for me, it's not to fill an insecurity of mine or a void of mine. I do it because I feel good about it. I mean, if I'm trolled because I have stretch marks, so be it. People have far deeper insecurities in life. I have my own share.
But does that fear you that maybe once you grow, like you're going to have your first grey hair or a dot on your skin or whatever?
But that's part and parcel of life. For every one grey hair, I feel I gain that much more wisdom, I gain that much more stability in life, that much more happiness, that much more love. So my grey hairs are just testament that each year will be a bigger and better year for me.
You've also had your fair shares of lows in life. Does sympathy annoy you?
Sympathy? No, it doesn't annoy me. I think although I'm not looking for sympathy, I'm never looking for that. It doesn't annoy me. But I mean, I hate that, what annoys me is someone, so sad. Bichari. I'm not a bichari, I'm not. So, maybe that pisses me off or irritates me. So, actually, to answer your question, it does irritate me sometimes.
When someone's trying too hard to...
I've never really thought about it now that you're asking me. When somebody is unnecessarily trying to give you that sympathy. I can understand if somebody's giving you a shoulder to cry on, or somebody's being sympathetic to your situation.
Yeah.
That is understandable, but unnecessary sympathy, I don't know.
People make a very big deal when a woman starts fresh. What's your outlook towards that?
I don't know why it's such a big deal. I feel isn't that good? Anybody with being able to give life or being able to give new life, isn't it a good thing? It's to act. I think it's positive. It's in the right direction. So I don't understand why people should look at it negatively, or or try to pull you down for it. I mean, the reason you're starting afresh is because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that your past baggage is mine. That's why you start afresh. Now, I mean, at the same time, I'm not the kind to forget my past. My past is my past, but that doesn't mean I've erased it and I don't know. My past has made me stronger and a better person today. My past has helped me evolve. So I'm never gonna just sideline it or just dismiss it.
Right.
But yes, wanting to start afresh, I think that's always a good and a positive thing.
Yeah. Now I've seen like you and your girl gang go for a lot of lunches and it seems super fun. Do you guys bond on talking about motherhood and
We talk about everything, right from who's seeing who in the West to what's the coolest cocktail to my favorite lip color to hair color to clothes to cooking to recipes. Let me tell you, food and recipes is something that we really love. To everything, to motherhood, to kids crying, to colic, to everything. We discuss anything and everything under the sun. I mean, when we decide to meet, we say we'll meet for 1 hour, 2 hours. It's never 1 hour, 2 hours. It's minimum 5 hours. So
yeah, that's a girly
there's a lot of things to catch up on. Yeah.
And tell me, has it been difficult for you to be a single mother, to focus so much on your health, to work, to run a business, like so many things? You're also a brand ambassador for a yoga brand. So how do you manage all of it? And now Arhan is also away studying.
When I took that decision and that step to be a single mother, I didn't. At that point, you always feel that the whole world is crashing on your head, and how are you going to manage? I think that's a very normal human reaction. I mean, but having said that, I also knew that it was something that I have to take on. I have to be responsible. I have a son. He's growing up. He needs me more than ever. I have to be that example, the right example. I have to be able to steer him in the right direction, and at the same time let him make his own mistakes. So yes, I did feel scared, vulnerable, frightened, all of those emotions. But I also felt that I had to take one day at a time. I couldn't take giant leaps because that was just not. It was just not possible. I had to see what every day would unfold for me, and at that point, the only thing I was thinking about is I need to be not if I'm a single mother, but I need to be a working single mother.
Yeah.
For me, that was more important. That I need to do this so that I'm able to not just take care of my son, take care of myself, I mean, if I can't take care of myself, I will not be able to take care of him. So for me, that was more important, that I needed to be a working mother. So I was very clear. I said, this is my path and this is how I'm going to be. Of course, support, etc., all of that is all there.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like I'm sitting on, or I have some family business, or I come from some old money. No, it's, at the end of the day, everything I do and everything I am is self-made, is self-taught. I strive every single day like you, like thousands and million other women out there. So when they come up to me and say that we were able to take certain steps in our life or make certain decisions because we were inspired by your story or by something that you said, I can't tell you, it's like the most
enduring.
It's a very heavy feeling. It's a lot of responsibility, but it always brings tears to my eyes, and I feel okay. Chalo, kuch to maine sahi kiya.
In a situation like that, where you're a single mother and then you're doing so much, you're working so much, it can be confusing to manage, and you can be indecisive. But the fact that you can be so clear about your things, you know what to put your attention on and what to not put your attention on. I think.
Well, I think that if somebody had to ask me what is my superpower, I would say It's clarity.
Clarity.
I would say that is my superpower.
Yeah.
Very rarely am I shaken, or very
Yes.
rarely am I, not sure, or or standing on shaky ground. So yeah, like I said, that would be my superpower.
I know you've answered this a lot of times on how you deal with trolls, and you've said that you don't really care that much. But recently you broke the internet with the outfit that you wore, the sheer embellished gown. How do you turn a deaf ear to what people say now?
All I could hear was that it looked fabulous. So I
Yeah.
don't know what anybody else said.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel, what is, it's very, I feel people are very hypocritical. They're hypocrites,
Yeah.
if you ask me. The same thing you would see on a Rihanna, you would see on a J-Lo or a Beyonce, and you'd be like,
Yeah.
wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love them. I think they're women who inspire me every single day of life. The same thing you do over here, immediately like, what is she doing? She's a mother, she's this, she's that. Why be hypocrites? I mean, if you
Yeah.
can appreciate the same on somebody else, why can't you appreciate it, make it a universal outlook, I mean,
Yeah.
why have these double standards?
But did it ever bother you when it first started, when social media just came? Did
Yeah,
that
of course. I mean, anybody who says it doesn't, is probably kidding, or is trying to just really, use a great cover up. Initially, yes, because I think it was new for everybody, for anyone and everyone, and we were all like, what the hell? I mean, it would upset me and this, but then with time,
goes away?
yeah, it just kind of I just kind of brushed it aside. It wasn't part and parcel of my, and I still know. In fact, my mother, my parents would keep saying, beta, someone said this or some, and we finally, sat them down. I said, bas, enough. Stop reading all this garbage. It's complete BS.
Yeah.
Please do not focus your energy on things like this. There are far better things to look
Yeah.
for, because at the end of the day, they're parents. They hear something somebody says, and they're like, we read this or we heard
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
That was that. And after that, once I sat them down and I said it's just complete bullshit. So
Yeah.
do not even spend a minute on trolls and what people say. So that was that, and that was the end of that conversation. It never ever came up in our household.
I relate to that, because even someone commented on my English on some video and my dad was like, is your English not right? I'm like, no, his English is not right. It's wrong. Don't get affected.
So what if
by-
my English is not right? I'll
Yeah.
make a mistake today and I'll be better tomorrow. As
Exactly.
simple as that.
Yeah. Lastly, before we let you go, there's you made a debut as a producer in the 2000s. Do you have any plans to produce something super soon?
Yes. I have lots of plans to be, like you said, that was the first time, but I was I didn't know what was happening. I was just,
Yeah.
naam ke vaste, I was a producer. I didn't know, but for me it
Yeah.
was all very new and exciting. But now there are things that I want to do, and I'm very, very involved in all of it, where I want to be able to produce content which I feel I love, or I can relate to, or I feel people will also enjoy.
Yeah.
So yes, I am certainly looking forward to be producing some good content.
So thank you so much. It was lovely having you, and it was lovely talking to you.
Thank you, an absolute pleasure, and thank you for having me, Pink Pillar.
And before we let you go, we have a small surprise. So here's wishing you a very happy Women's Day. I know you're very conscious about your food, but here's a
Thank
cheat
you.
meal.
Oh, nice. No, why say cheat meal? The minute you say cheat meal, that means it's like, immediately seems like it's not right. It should be that yummy meal that you
Yeah,
look
it has
forward
peanut
to.
butter and oil.
Yeah, I like. Thank you so much,
Thank you
and
so
happy
much.
Women's Day, and may you keep shining on Women Up.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Malaika Arora, and if you like this interview, feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Pink Pillar.